So, hello. This is about how to link two cables with very tiny wires that I always had problems. Long ago I find a solution that I'm repeating it over and over, and it's a very good solution, and it's very strong because those tiny, very sensitive wires, you see comparative with my finger here, they are very tiny wires, very easy to break, easy to desolder. Well, not desolder, but break from the solder. Here I made only one link. The red wires, I link them together. It's an USB. Pretty much what I'm doing here is this is for violins. You know, when sakız is called in my language, as is used for violins to put on the strings. This is a piece of wood, and this is the solder, and I switch those wires between them. Then use the sakız. It's like a flux. It's like a flux, but it's natural. And is a resin. It's called a resin, and that resin is actually is helping the solder to stick better between the wires, and it's very good. So pretty much is this is what I'm doing. I'm filming with one hand, and with the other I have to explain. So sorry, I don't do it lively, but pretty much I'm doing this, and with the iron I'm pressing the wire inside it, and then here, and I melt this blob of I know it's not much of solder. I melt it, I stick the wire inside that blob while it's liquid, and I keep it there until I see you get the hang of it, you get the use of it after a while, until it's starting to solidify, and then I take it out very quickly, and it's remaining a little blob of solder there. But this is the way I'm soldering, the way I'm linking everything is in this modality, like this, and then I will bend this cable like this, and I will make, you see, and I will make the entire cable one single cable, like straight cable. You know, I will make a straight cable, but with this weird bend like this. So it will be like this, and then bend in this way, and it will become a straight wire. And this modality, and here in this part, these two wires, I'm linking them with the sticky tape, and then when I'm bending it again to create a straight wire, I'm linking them again with sticky tape, keeping everything very tight, which is very good. And I will demonstrate it. I will show you next. So now I explain the process. It will look funny and unpleasant to the eye, not very beautiful, but is very strong, and is a very good connection, and you will not be afraid of those very tiny wires to break very easily. Yes, I think more about this, and I think it's best to actually show you how I'm doing it, and you know, because one is explaining and the other is actually seeing what I'm doing. I hope you can see, because it's a big contrast. Yeah, it's a big contrast. I cannot do anything about it. I can do this. I can add the lamp more closely. Yeah, it's better, probably. So now I'm doing the green wires. Pretty much I'm doing this. It helps if you have a little bit of nails to catch them, and pretty much get those what is called the wires very close together, as you can see here. Yeah, you see, like a little bit to be one after another, and using my I always forget how it's called. Hey, come on, come on, what? So this is how I'm doing it. I'm sticking the, and see, it gathered a little bit more of the solder on the wires themselves, and this was not perfect, this one in particular, the green wire, but the others were better. They flowed, and they did the others, the white and the red, and on every side I'm turning it over, and this is the connection. You see? See? It's pretty good. And then when I will bend it like this, it will be very, very strong like this. It will be bent. But it's important to have a good connection, good soldering here. And yes, this is what I'm checking the time. I have a bit more time. So basically you want these two sides, the metal, to be on the same level. The wires that follows doesn't matter. So we want these two contact wires to switch them like this. You see, this is good. This is a good example here. The other one was a bit funky, but it is good. It's good, the connection. And now also be careful with the plastic, the insulator. It will melt if you keep the wire too much hot, too much time. This is good. No, it's not good. I was kidding, and yeah, but this is you see the black wire, and here the same. Yeah, this is good. This is perfect. I hope you can see anything. And yeah, and now, well, this connection, what I have to do here is actually for a power supply. is called data adapter. Pardon, scusa. Travel adapter is called adapter Pitania. It's a part Russian, part European. Is having the two languages there. On model number 90AWA, and input 100 to 240 volts, 50 hertz, and output, it's vhod, that's the Russian word, is 5 volts at 2.1 amps. I'm not sure if it's actually 2 amps, but it's good that they have you know, they want to show that it's a very good product. So yeah, it's a good, actually it's a good product. I actually light a lamp from this USB 5 volts, and with I'm not sure how many LEDs it was. So pretty much I have with this wire and this adapter I have to do only plus and minus, and the connections inside are the middle wires are not connected at all with anything. Yeah, I will have to check that right now. 1 second. Okay, so I made a quick check. This is a LED that I put it here. It's very weird, but is good enough. With a resistor, 1 kilo resistor on the directly on the output. It means here. So I wanted to check. Where are you? My trusty knife here. I wanted to check if the middle connections are linked, and yeah, I remember that they are linked. This is the plus track and the plus pin of the USB port here, you can see, and here this is the plus, this is the minus, and these two wires are connected in the middle. So that's not good. I wanted to make a better track, well, better wire by linking this to this and this to this, but yeah, I have to keep them separate or link them together as it is here, and isolate them from minus and plus, and that's it pretty much. So this is how it is. I like this method of connectors. You see there are 2 pins, but it's not about that. Now is about this. I guess. All right, and yeah, we have to connect. So leave the black and red alone, and connect these guys and leave them separated, isolated. Actually, isolate them very well. I will isolate everything in the end, but yeah, I really wanted to, you know what I mean, to make a thicker wire, but that circuit doesn't let me do it, and so this is one side here. Yeah, good enough. And this is another side. All right, it's looking very beautiful. And very, very beautiful. Do you like my accent? One guy was asking me, "Dude, you are American?" And I said, "Yes, I am American." Do you like my accent? My American accent? And yeah, this is the finest shrink tube. Is called shrinking tube. I'm always forgetting this name. I suppose this will work. So 1, 2, and 3, because we have 3 connections there, and are you fitting here? Yeah, it's good enough. And, this is very hot, by the way, this part. And I hope you can see everything that I'm doing here. And okay, that's one shrinking. This is another shrink. It's very good isolator. You can take it out relatively easy. You have to, yeah, don't put your fingers there because it is hot. And this one should be like this a little bit. You leave a little bit of tolerance here, not exactly to the wire, you know, you leave a little bit of outside of the tube. On one side, on other side, on all the sides. It's very good. Now this is why I wanted to make this movie, actually, because of this method that I'm using. And I'm using plain scotch. Well, let's yeah, so you can do this just to stick them together here. This is my method, which is very strong method of connecting them, and you will see in the end how it will be. And I use it everywhere, and it never failed, because it never failed from the soldering. You know, I had a lot of problems before when I was younger. When I was soldering, I was making like this the connections, and then isolate this part, and when I was dragging the wires, the soldering was ripping off, you know. But this way is just, you know, it's just super strong like this. It's a bit weird looking, it's looking repaired. But I don't really fucking care, because it's strong, and that's all that matters. You see? Not strong matters. Strong matters very much to be strong. You see, with plain scotch is very good, is very okay. And if you want to be funky, yeah, you can use a little bit of, it's not that critical in this case. This is actually is good for this isolation band is actually made for isolating this conductive wires between each other. Here in exterior is just a waste of tape, but I will put it because it's black like that. And let me cut it very nicely like this. I don't really like to rip. It can be ripped apart, but yeah, you see, I'm starting from away a little bit like this, and then I'm making an inclination like this, diagonal. I am very cheap, huh? Yeah, I know. I'm from Romania. Of course, I'm cheap. I'm using everything with. Where are you? With measure. With very much measure. I'm using everything. And yep. Like this. Yeah, now it's black, as it was before, and like the wire, I mean, it's black as the wire, this isolation, and this is it. And if you are dragging this, trust me, it will not give up from those soldered connection. That's the entire thing that I wanted to show you. Hopefully it will help someone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, I didn't do the tests. I will do them here. But first, let me desolder everything. This I've fucked it up. This wire, this black wire. So I'm desoldering, isolating these wires to actually test the thing. So, 1 second. Open up. Lid. So let's plug it in here and test the if everything is at its place, you know. If plus is plus, if minus is minus. I actually tested before, but now I'm testing it if I'm not having, you know, before I'm plugging it in the socket, in the 220 volts. So what I want, let's see, I'm in focus. I'm not needing this. So plus the red wire here. I'm not sure if you can hear it. My DT9205A. I have this multimeter. I have it from 2005, 2002. I believe is from that period. I don't remember exactly. So, but it is working even now, and it's very good. Very old, but very good. So I'm testing the red wire, which is the plus, with the plus here. And yep, I have a connection. And here in the middle and here in the minus. Yeah, this is a capacitor here that is showing me, but it's not beeping. I'm not sure if you can hear the beep. It's instantaneous. Is when I'm touching, the contact is actually beeping. That's why I'm saying it's very good. This is the black wire that I fucked up when I desisolate this thing. So this is the black wire, which is the minus here. Where are you? Minus here. So all this pad. Yep. And the plus. Well, I have the LED, I have a capacitor there. It's always showing something, but it's not beeping like it's direct connection. And here in the middle, these two, nothing, which is good. And now these two guys, which are the middle, which I solder them together, and I will test them together as well. Yep. I don't really care about them, but I'm testing if they are making contact with minus or with plus, and they are not. So yeah, the cable is good. I will have minus and plus on these two wires, and these two wires I will ignore them. I will actually cut them, probably, most probably I will cut them to not have an issue with them. And cable done. But this movie was actually about this connection, how to make that strong connection, and actually let me let me actually show you. that is actually good enough what I did. I was on the point of closing the movie, but come on, not now. Like that. I have to actually look what is going on there, not feeling them. I'm not sure if you can see it. This LED is actually lighting up. Let me close the lights because it's very dim. And yeah, you see here the little LED, and it's there. And let's see. Let me reposition this, and these wires are okay, and minus and plus. Let me connect. If everything will blow up, I hope not. Actually, let me do it like this, because I cannot reach it till there. Oh, nothing blow up. Let me switch. Don't move. Switch it to 20 volts continuous, and like this. This is black, and this is red, and we should have 5 volts here on the wire, and we have 494, which is excellent. And I was not sure about this cable, if it's interrupted somewhere. I didn't check this cable in the beginning. I was stupid. But yeah, it's working. It's absolutely okay. And now this is a cool thing to see. You see that capacitor that I tell you is now is out of the 220 and is still working. Let me show you again. You see? I want to yeah, like this. So yes, that's a capacitor inside it that is discharging a bit too lazy, you know. But this is it. This is the entire movie, and thank you for watching. I hope you like it, and I hope you learned something interesting from Romania, from Mr. Q12 here. And repeat it yourself and do it yourself, and you see it's very elegant, it's very stylish, it's like new. You know, it's like fucking new. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Sayonara. Arrivederci. Auf Wiedersehen. Пока, I think it's пока in Russian. Okay, bye bye. Yep. This is a continuation, because I was on the point of closing everything, the movie, I mean, and I said I have this alligator clips to add actually, and I'm making a 5 volts external power supply pretty much for this module that you are seeing here. It's a very cool. This is a motor here. It's a very tiny motor. And I will show a video about this as well when the time will come. But now I have to make a power supply, external power supply from the computer power supply. Well, from the computer power, USB power, because I want to protect that USB ports on my motherboard. If you put too much power on those USB ports on your motherboard, this is not that much power, but because it's inductance from that little motor, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's a very old saying. So I have these two alligator clips already with some wires. I used them before and they already have this bend, as you can see here. I probably use the same method that I showed you, and that I will show you as well right now. And pretty much is like this. You see, I'm following the bend. I'm not even trying to be smart about it too much, but I have to prepare the wires. These wires are prepared here and here, are already prepared. Preparation of the wire, it means you have to put solder on it, and when you link them together, it's just you don't have to stay with the unprepared wire. Prepare it in the same time when you are soldering there. So you have to, let me give this a bit here. Yeah, I don't have to. So the same routine goes as before, and on one side and on the other, of course. And that, where are you? My little snips. And here as well, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, let's see, to make it equal, kind of equal. Like this maybe, huh? Come on. So of course I've cut these supplementary wires that they were not linked on the board. I cut them out, and let me prepare this wire as well. And this resin is called sakız in my language. And yeah, you see how beautiful, I'm not sure how good you can see, how well you can see, how good when I drag it from the melted solder, it remained there a blob, but I don't want that big blob there. So I'll have to clean it again, and now it's cleaned. And it's solid, now it's very stiff, is you know. And alright. And this is the black lid, which is the probably like this. Huh? I should probably put a little bit of scotch right now. But I'm stupid, you know. You have to make many stupid things in your life to learn what is best. So I'm stupid like that, and I will. Very hot. And the wire is, I don't want to melt the wire. Yeah, it's on this side, but I want it on the other side as well. I mean, why not? It's best to have two sides, no? Like that. And I really don't care how it looks here. I really care to be very good connection. Yeah, at this point, let me add a little bit of scotch. Let me scotch it. Not very much, because we are poor as fuck. And in this capitalism era, we cannot earn anything by knowing things. I'm doing all this because I like it, of course, and yeah, and because I'm good at it. I'm actually very good. Well, good enough. And yeah, you see how I'm it's counterintuitive, you know, when you are linking them like that, but when you are doing it like this, phew, it's so strong, so strong. Okay, let's put the red wire. It's very inversed. How I'm doing things. I was accused before of doing not in the proper way. I don't give a fuck. What is the proper way? I'm doing in the normal way. You know, the things. Not in electronic, of course, but in other things. And I just move it. Well, mistakes are happening. Come on, come on, come on. It's very hot as well. Very, very hot. Like that, probably. Let's see. Caramba. Stick in there. Nope, doesn't want to. Yeah, a little bit more preparation. Unfortunately, it sticks to the finger, and when I drag the finger, you have to leave it there to like this. No? Really? Don't want to? But I want. Like this. You must have a good position for everything. Yeah, you have to leave it a little bit there for the solder to solidify. And when the solder is solid, then you are good to go. Like this. Excellent. Now it's excellent. All right. This is classical. This is very classic. So if I was doing it like this, when I was dragging the wire, that soldering was ripping off because of the weakest link, and the weakest link is that very tiny wire, very sensitive wire. And yeah, where are you? The scotch. Tiny bit of scotch, not too much, no. And like this. Yeah, you can yes, and they are stable right now. They are more stable than it was before, which is good. It's inversed, but when you are bending them like that, it's let me put some, actually make a little correction there. And probably the scotch will melt. But it was like too wide. And I have to insert, yeah, well, the scotch resisted, didn't melt. So I have to put a little bit of this shrinking wire, I suppose it's called. Yeah. If this is good, yeah, it's excellent diameter, excellent. Let's see how much. Right, always leave a little bit of tolerance in everything. Not only on shrinking tubes that I'm doing right now, but in everything. Always is a life rule. What I'm saying right now, I'm checking the time on the video in the same time. So leave always a little bit of tolerance, because you never know. You never know when you need a little bit more and you didn't let it. You weren't tolerant enough, you know. And let's see if this is fitting well. Yeah, it is. If I'm pressing it there. These two guys I don't really like here, because they are a little bit of contacts there, but yeah, it's out of the way. Good enough. And this guy here, yeah, you see? It's looking awesome, no? You see? So yeah, and I will do them together, always together. Let's not put on fire the shrinking tube. Excellent. I really like. Good work. Like this. And now the magic. The magic of the magic. Like this, probably. And this one like this. Well, let's do it. Let's do them one by one. Not very much, not much scotch, because I don't really have that much scotch. And I'm poor as fuck as always. Because capitalism. Because in capitalism you must remain and be poor and suffer. And yeah, I'm thinking to add the other wire. Yeah, well, let's make a beautiful thing for the viewers, I suppose. And a little bit more. And this is getting stronger and stronger here, this connection that I'm making right now, on how many layers of scotch I'm adding here. It's very, very strong. It's like it's stupid strong. You know, it's like cement. No, it's very durable. And voila! And this is the other end. This was the first end, and this is the second end. And yeah, making a 5 volts cable. And from here, yeah, isolir band, the black, like before. You have to prepare if you want to put a shrinking tube, a large shrinking tube to shrink everything up. You have to prepare it first, but I didn't. And I have some large shrinking tube, and it was looking more cool with a shrinking tube, but I didn't do it, and I will not untie everything that I have there. Let me do it like this, because it's nice, because it's proper. And like I said, a little bit of tolerance is good. I didn't let too much tolerance there, actually. This is the weakest point here, but is strong because this thing is strong. And see how wonderful it's looking. Excellent. Yeah, it's good enough. So right now I have, well, I should have larger, but yeah, it's good enough. And now if I'm putting it in the preset in the power supply there in 220 volts, let's measure it again. It's on 20 volts here. And let's see this and this. Ta-da, it's working as expected, so no problem, no problem. Correct? Correct? Well, you don't see it because of the light? Oh shit. Yeah, now you can see it. So 493. So yeah, I didn't check the screen on the on the camera. So yes, this is it. See? And the cable is done. Good luck with your cables in the future. Bye bye.